This is fielded a couple yards deep. Oh, look at the juke. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. They'll give it to him right up the gut. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
Let's go, Ohio!
And on the ground they go with the running back. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Watch left, tight end to the left, tight end left. Come on, let's go!
They'll run it now out of the gun. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run.
But really, that was no surprise there. They've been running it well all game. And I know goals change all the time, but any team will take that type of run each and every time.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here.
Let's go!
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. He'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
Holding offense.
So oftentimes you see defensive holding. Here it's offensive holding for the flag. And they'll run it here. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Well, he didn't make headway on that one, but he's had plenty of carries all night long. I just wonder if maybe he's a little bit tired from toting the rock that much.
It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long.
Here we go. Come on, let's go!
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he's got his man in the comebacker. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Throws a quick hitter on the slant. That's complete. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Oh, long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. They'll look to throw here. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. He's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would think.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and that'll push the lead up to 17. So a 15-play drive. Can't believe that only resulted in 3, but it did.
That is somewhat amazing, isn't it? When you hold the ball that long, run offense that well, yet only put 3 points on the board, it has to be a little bit of a disappointment, doesn't it?
Has to. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a short kick, taking it about the 16. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throwing the slant pattern here complete. It'll go as a gain of 12, and it'll give the Colts a 1st down.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
1st down and 10 now for the offensive group. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That was a really nice play, able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free, and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
They'll set up to throw. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And we have seen a decline in the numbers. Where does the fault lie? Just him? Maybe the guys up front? Combination?
Well, as you and I both know, it's almost always a collective deal. But in this case, I think maybe the offensive line got a little overconfident. They had blocked so well in the first half, picked up on what the defense was doing, I think we've seen an adjustment now that they have not picked up on, and now they're being a little bit overwhelmed.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That throw good for 4. It's second down. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. They'll give it to him right up the gut. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Out of the gun now on third down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And got his man complete. He got 29 yards that time. And now a first down following that long gain. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
Come on, let's go!
They'll drop to throw. And that is, I think he caught it. He did, but they'll say out of bounds. It'll be incomplete. If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on third down.
Let's go!
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And incomplete here on third down. The Browns send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time, which is punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a little bit of rest.
Yeah, time for them to give them a rest. Took the words right out of my mouth. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line's just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence because you can't abandon the play calling right now.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Nothing there, no gain, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 15. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Colts, so they've got the football, but they've got work to do, trailing here as we begin the 4th quarter. And it looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th.
Well, Brandon, sometimes I think when we watch games, we're actually watching a living museum because we're seeing the evolution of positions almost with each passing game. How about defensive ends nowadays and the way that they can run almost all the way across the field?
It is unbelievable, isn't it? I mean, they're so strong, but they're so lean, they can move so quick with those bodies.
It's almost unfair. You're supposed to be able to know where a defensive end is supposed to be on every play. These guys flash so quickly, you're not sure where they're going to end up.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So a change of possession here on the punt. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And last time out, they had to punt the football away. Anything positive possibly to take from that?
There always is when you're punting the football away. It doesn't sound like it because you're giving it up, but you've avoided a mistake.
At least you didn't turn it over.
You didn't turn it over, right? You're giving your defense a chance because you're punting the ball away, and they're set to go on the field as opposed to sudden change after a turnover. And wow, now we got to go out there and stop people. So, yeah, there's always something positive to be gained from it. Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
They're going to look to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
And he still doesn't have a catch. We're into the second half. I think it's a little bit of a surprise to me, but that was one he should have caught.
Absolutely. That was his best opportunity right there. He dropped it. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this one sails out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25. It will. 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. He'll come out throwing here on first down. And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. Second down and 10.
Let's go. 3-19.
Back to throw again. Finding time. Going to throw right side here. Complete.
Holding offense.
So he got his hands a little too far outside. The ref caught him, threw the flag. They'll wind up losing a full 10 yards on the play. And it'll be a second and long.
Watching that, Barney.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll make it 3rd and 13. So here we go, a 3rd down after the 2nd down pass completion. They'll come out in the pistol. They'll look to throw again. He's going to float this one deep right side. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Here we go now. 3-19.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's going to take another shot here. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. Being just short of midfield, they decide to take a crack at it on 4th down. They don't come through.
Sometimes it's just showing confidence in your defense. You know that they're good, and they'll take care of you. A lot of coaches during the week will announce to their team, we're going to be aggressive, guys. We're going to go for it. Hey, defense, you got me? A little bit of a challenge to them to see if they'll pick up the rest of the team.
We'll see how they respond now. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
4th quarter with the lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule, trying to get 4 downs on 1st down, they did that plus 3.
They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Yeah, let me pump out my chest a little bit, even though I'm not rooting for either team. That was a really nice defensive play. It's awfully fun to watch, even in an offensive game.
The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. On play action, they'll throw. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And they'll get 14 yards out of it and a fresh set of downs. Now, defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up 1st downs and keeping the football.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. Now a handoff here to his running back. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. 2nd down following the run. They come out here in the eye. Gonna give this time to the tailback. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. Nickelback added defensively as they look to stop this 3rd and 8. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. That'll be good for 6, but now it's 4th down. And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. From the left hash, this from 34. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the 4th.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
So the D gets the sack on 1st, and now it brings up 2nd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. So completion on 2nd down, that brings up 3rd.
Let's go! 3-19!
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's got the 1st down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. So he makes the grab, and the chains move forward.
Nice job by the offensive line giving them time to complete that 1st down pass.
They're going to look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Their dangerous wide receiver. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Colts are able to cut into this lead. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. And that's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long, man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Browns are able to cover this one up. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
Not an ideal spot to be on 1st down, but I love that the play caller did not immediately abandon the running game and say, okay, we've got to throw it in order to pick it up. Stayed with the run, was rewarded with a big-time pickup. Now they're in 2nd and manageable.
Time running out here on the play clock. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That'll go as a loss of 9, and it leads to 3rd down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
The first down line at the 34 here on third down. Play clock winding down. On third down, he'll drop to throw. To the sideline, and oh, a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a fourth down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
And the Colts getting ready to go. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch it in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, we gave up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They've got two more to use here in the final stages. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. And the offense moving quickly to the line. He'll look to throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Their dangerous wide receiver with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Colts have got it back to a 1-score game. And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play, and just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
And the Browns are able to cover this one up. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And another timeout taken by the Colts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. A little bit of ground to make up for the offense as they face a 2nd and 11. And he'll give it here to his running back. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Here we go. Brand 38.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Going up top. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. A critical error there. Now the Colts offense gets ready to head back on the field. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
It's a loss of 10 yards on the play.
Here we go. Detroit!
He's back to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. And he clocks it with just over 30 seconds left. A long way to go for the offense here on third down. They'll look to throw. He's got a man complete. A gain of 26 on the third down conversion. And quickly they get to the line. Three receivers to the left, one to the right. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. That's caught at the 25. And he's in for the touchdown. And barring a miracle, the extra point can win this football game.
And now we've got a tie game after that touchdown. And you and I both know what that means. Extra point in this situation. This little time left takes on some extra emphasis, doesn't it?
It does indeed. Now inside the final minute, can they get it and hold on? Extra point attempt. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. It's just their first. They've got two more to use here in the final stages. And now follow. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. And they have got the lead. The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A big play there with 3 seconds remaining. And the Browns have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter.
I think it'd be real easy here to focus on maybe a defensive breakdown with that type of a play in this situation. But let's give a little bit of credit here. That type of play is clutch. Boy,
it was clutch, but to turn it back to the defense, how crushing is that? You think you've got this thing won, and in the last moments, almost literally, you lose it.
Snatching defeat from the jaws of victory.
Come on, let's go!
They'll look to throw, and this one's caught. And their fourth quarter lead grows by a couple more. So they're able to throw it in for the two-point conversion. Sometimes that can be a risky play, but they got it.
Yeah, you always have to be careful here because if you do get it intercepted, it's returned by the defense. That's 2 points for them, but he identified an open target and put it right on him.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So some drama down to the very end of this ball game, Charles, on that final kickoff. They were hoping to break free, some sort of miracle play, but they couldn't do it.
They had a chance, and that was their only opportunity to try and bring it all the way back. As you noted, they weren't able to get that done, but at least they had the shot. What a tremendous game to be this close and this well contested.
So for Cleveland, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Browns, and they're happy in the dog pound as we say so long from Cleveland.